Hello everybody, today we're talking about different family types, and more specifically, the parent-child relationships that are involved in those family types. So the first type is the nuclear family. So you have your couple with their children. 70% of children actually live in a nuclear family with both parents. Benefits of this type of situation is that you have both parents there to share responsibility in the care of the children. So they can make decisions, they can help with feeding and taking kids to practice or helping with school assignments. Another benefit is the children have the support of both parents living in the house with them. They have the biological ties as well, that the parents who biologically are related to them are both living with them and taking care of them. It tends to be having both parents in the household. The family tends to be a little more financially stable as well. Some challenges can be balancing work and family. A lot of more responsibilities families are faced with today, and so if both parents are working, both parents have to balance the responsibilities at home as well. There could be fertility issues as well. Maybe the couple really wants to have their own children, but just biologically, physically, they can't have those biological children themselves. And so then they may face issues with fertility treatments or in vitro fertilization or other options like that. The next type of family would be your single parent family. You have the child living with one of their parents. That could result from death of a parent. It could be divorce of the parents. It could be that the parents were never together when the child was born, or married when the child was born. 1 in 4 kids are born to a single mom, so there are quite a few kids that start out life with a single mother. Benefits: the parent, if it's a case of divorce, maybe the parent is getting away from a bad relationship that could be maybe detrimental to both the parent and the child. And they still have the biological ties with still living with a biological parent. Challenges could be that there's one parent and they have to manage all the responsibilities of taking care of the child, helping them with homework, taking them to practice, working, and making enough money to support the family as well. There may be challenges in finding opposite sex role models. So if they're living with a single mom, then a male role model may be something that they're looking for as a child. There could be custody issues if you're looking at divorce, that maybe the mom has full custody, but they still have visitation with the dad. There could also be financial issues. If there's only one parent and one income, then there could be more of a risk for having financial need to be able to meet all the demands of parenting. There could be childcare issues as well. If there's one parent, they have to rely on childcare so that they can get to work because they may need the income. And if a child's sick, it may be harder for them to take off or be able to find care for them at that time. The next type is the blended family or a step family. You have a couple and children from previous relationships. Benefits: you have multiple role models, so maybe the child now has mom and dad, but maybe there's stepmom and stepdad as well in the picture to be a role model. There's more financial support with having the step parents in the picture, and that could be, especially if you go from a single parent to having the step parent, now there's another income to help out with the responsibilities. Challenges: you're blending new personalities, so there's an adjustment that would need to be made to get used to the new step family. There could be rules that change because of the new step parent or step siblings that are in the house. There may be discipline issues, especially if a child is still reacting from a divorce and then a remarriage, and it may be very difficult for them to adjust, and it could cause discipline issues as well from the child's point of view. The next type would be a grandparent family. So it would be the grandparents raising their grandchildren. 1 in 14 children are raised by grandparents. And so some benefits of that, you still have that biological tie. If the parents aren't in the picture or they're unfit to take care of the children, at least you still have that biological tie to the grandparents. Challenges that can be faced by having grandparents raise the children. It could be income issues. Maybe the grandparents are retired. They may need to look at getting another job to help have enough money to financially support a child that typically someone who's retired wouldn't have. Since grandparents are getting older, health issues could be another issue that they have to think about, and making sure that their health issues are taken care of as well as the child's. An adoptive family, you have a couple that legally adopts a child, and that could be a lot of different ways that could happen. It could be through foster care, that they're a foster family and they end up adopting a child. It could be going through and finding an adoption agency and adopting through there. Some people will go overseas and adopt a child. So there's a lot of possibilities with that. Benefits: if the parents can't biologically have their own children, then they could adopt and still be able to raise a child. And there's a lot of people that have fertility issues that do go through adoption so that they can have that their child of their own. It may give the child a better situation. Sometimes biological parents turn to adoption because they're not financially able or not old enough or ready to be able to raise a child. And so they put that child into a better situation or a better family. Challenges could be you don't have that biological link. So it could leave the child wondering about their real biological parents. Biological parents also have a period of time where they can change their mind before the adoption is final, and so it could leave the adoptive parents possibly worrying about the biological parents wanting the child back after they've bonded with them. Children may wonder about their biological parents, especially as they get older. They may have issues with trying to find biological parents and seeing where they came from and what their life would be like. And then there's foster families. So you're placing the child in a temporarily in a family, and that could be results of problems that their biological or their birth family faced in order for their birth parents to get back on their feet or help get a better situation for the child. Benefits: it can be rewarding for foster parents to be able to help children that are in need, and they can give them a stable home that they may not have been getting from their birth parents. Some challenges: sometimes, since it's a temporary placement, they might be attached to a child, and then the child goes back to their family, their birth family. Children may have a hard time dealing with issues from their past. If they had problems with the birth family, there may be some issues that they just really have to work through and deal with. And so those are the various types of families. I hope you can kind of put those into perspective and think of different examples of each one of them. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.